Alright guys, so there's been an interesting development on the Grinch leak that's been going around all day today, and it comes in the form of a tweet by vaanrose on Twitter, and I just wanted to make a quick video, just sort of an addendum to my last Leakbuster video that I posted today, just to give a little bit of context to it, because I think this is pretty significant. Now, if you spent all day under a rock, then maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then go ahead and watch the previous video I did about the Grinch leak. I'll put a card in the top right, so you can go ahead and click that, but I'm sure most of you already know what I'm talking about, so let's just jump in. This development is basically a comparison between two instances of the empty banner background, which is just the sky and the ground, without any of the characters. The version of the background on the top is from the alleged leak, or the Grinch leak as we've come to call it, and the bottom image is a photo from a trade show of some kind. I think it might have been E3, that's at least what I've read on Twitter, but I haven't really looked into it myself. Basically, it's from a trade show where they used this artwork as some kind of booth display. Maybe it's on the wall as a mural, maybe it's some sort of scaffolding with the artwork draped over it. I don't really know, it doesn't really matter. The point is, this is from a trade show, so this is from an official source from Nintendo themselves, so we know for a fact that this is what the full background looked like, at least when this photo was taken. Now, I wanted to contextualize this image a bit and sort of come at it from both sides because I think both arguments are somewhat valid. So, from the Team Real side, people are saying that obviously concept art changes all the time, and so maybe the version that's featured in the Grinch leak is just an updated version of the background. Now, while I think this line of thinking is reasonable, I'm not really inclined to believe it because usually when concept art like this changes, it's for a good reason, like to improve the composition or something like that. In this case, it doesn't really look like it's any sort of marked improvement. In fact, it kind of looks worse than the one on the bottom. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about differences in color balance because obviously one of these is backlit and the other is printed. I'm talking about things like what's circled here as letter C, which is like half of the waterfall missing, and things like letter H, where there's a crystal that doesn't seem to be represented in the leak. Things like that. Now, from what I've heard at the trade show, this was animated, so that would explain things like maybe what are those birds or something circled as letter G. I don't really know, but certain things should remain the same, like the waterfall and the crystals, and those are things that I can't really ignore. Now, coming at it from the other side on Team Fake, let's say, for instance, that the person who made this version of the empty background made it themselves by taking the full version with all of the characters and then painting the characters out. If that person didn't have adequate reference material to know what parts of the background look like because they're covered by the characters, then they would have to do some guesswork. What this person might not have realized is that there actually was reference material to work from, but they just didn't know about it because maybe they didn't attend this trade show, E3 or whatever it was, so they just instead made up whatever came to mind, whatever seems like it might make sense in the moment, and now that this complete version has shown up, we can see that there are some discrepancies. Now, while there isn't much else to say about this development, I wanted to address something that's come up multiple times on Twitter because there seems to be some confusion. Now, there are two instances of the banner artwork in the leak. On the left, we have this 4-panel version, which is what vaanrose compares to the trade show display, and on the right, we have a version that's significantly longer, with the logo over the empty background on one half, and then the characters on the other half. From what I understand, this is some kind of wristband or something like that. I don't really know, but I'm just going to call it a wristband. Some people have said that vaanrose's comparison isn't valid because the version on the wristband is different from the version on the left side with the 4 panels. What these people don't seem to realize is that the background of the artwork is designed to repeat seamlessly, which is why the website's able to scroll the artwork infinitely without any noticeable seams. So the wristband is just repeating the background one time so that they can achieve that sort of longer background. So yes, the comparison is perfectly valid. This may have been obvious to most of you, but I would be remiss if I didn't at least, address this particular counter to the comparison. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this development. Like I said, this is a really quick video, but let me know what you think about this leak after this development. If you were on Team Real, does this have you questioning your stance at all? I'd love to read your thoughts in the comments. Hopefully there aren't any more developments on this leak because I really don't want to be talking about this again. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, guys. I've been Artsy Omni, and I'll see you guys later. Until next time, stay sharp.